Black Lives Matter. It's one of the many phrases that have been buzzing around the internet for the past month. Due to the untimely death of George Floyd, many people have taken to the streets to express their anger and displeasure with police brutality. This is a sentiment I can get with and fully support. However, is this what they are truly saying, or is it something else entirely? Well, in this video, we will break down what the movement is all about and figure out what the truth really is. When we say Black Lives Matter, what do we mean? Do we mean that only Black Lives Matter? Do we mean that Black Lives Matter only when it comes to white people? Or does it mean that Black Lives Matter too? What does Black Lives Matter mean? And why does all lives matter mean something different? All lives matter is a phrase that arose in order to contrast the Black Lives Matter movement. All lives matter, to me, implies that all people that are at the same level of risk from police brutality. Is this the case, though? On the website Statista.com, it states that in 2017, around 457 confirmed cases of white death occurred due to the police. It also states the following statistics: 223 African American deaths, 179 Hispanic deaths, and 44 deaths in other categories. Granted, there's about 84 unknown cases where the victim wasn't identified. If you add those 84 cases to 223 African American deaths, you would result in 307 African American deaths due to police. But does this mean that the frequency of homicide is greater in whites than blacks? Well, according to the NCBI, National Library of Medicine, the numbers shows that there is a disproportionate death rate between blacks and whites, with a fatality rate of 2.8 times higher due to police. Also, most victims were armed, but black victims were more likely to be unarmed than all other races. So, let's take a break and shy away from Black Lives Matter and talk about the fact that veterans are 1.4 times more likely to be killed by police than civilians. But I haven't seen a movement for Veteran Lives Matter. Why is this? Did it not matter because the main focus is so intently on the Black Lives Matter movement that we have forgotten the struggles of other groups of people as well? There are more white people in the United States than black people. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 76.5% of the United States population is white, and about 13.4% of the population is black. If the possibilities of blacks being killed by police is 2.8 times higher than that of whites, this means by proportion, blacks are more likely to be killed by police. So does this mean there must be a movement? A push for change in the world, a new beginning? I think so, but I believe we are all in the same boat when it comes to police brutality. We are all affected, maybe not equally, but affected nonetheless. I would say everyone matters when everyone matters. If we report on the white deaths due to police brutality, when we report on the Hispanic deaths due to police brutality, and recognize we are all in this together. We don't want the authority. We don't want the control. We want freedom. We want the freedom to walk down the block without being afraid of being harassed by police. We want the freedom to leave our homes without fear of gangs mugging us for money as well. When the police shoot the bad guys, we praise them. When they shoot the good guy, we hate them. But when it comes down to it, there will always be an asshole. I'm not saying the movement is pointless, however. Let's take a look. According to policeviolence.org, 99% of killings due to police do not result in an officer being charged. 99 fucking percent. How can there be hundreds of police-related deaths that happen every year and 99% result in no charges? That doesn't make logical sense to me. Either everyone the police shoot is bad, or they're killing unarmed and possibly innocent people. This I will not stand for, and that is why we must fight. But we cannot destroy our homes our communities, and each other. We cannot riot and show the world that we are savages, only looking for the ability to loot and to take things that aren't ours. Or will someone tell me that private ownership of property isn't a good idea? I don't condone looting local businesses for any reason. We must maintain the order that we wish to live in. We must be the peacemakers and stand firm against police brutality. I support only one thing. Everyone matters when everyone matters.